The cross does not go away by taping it, unless you could do from your side.
When you join, you have to say maybe join with video or like that, Prabhu.
Yeah, it says the co-host has asked you to start your video. Start my video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhu, that's fine. Otherwise, if it's not coming,
Let me try. I have to go back again all the way
yeah,
from the
once you can
beginning.
try, Prabhu. One time we
Is
can
it?
try
Is it?
that.
Okay.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
So just let me.
Hare,
Okay.
Hare Krishna,
Should
Prabhu.
I
If
continue?
you,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Mataji, do
Hare
you
Krishna. Yes, if you just click on the where it says start video, even though there's a cross there, if you click on it, the cross will go away and it should turn your video on.
The cross comes back all the time, again and again. I click on that, it goes away, and then again it comes back immediately. Maybe I have done something wrong in the beginning when I was joining this conference call.
Yeah, Prabhu, you can join back again.
Okay. Okay. I will join back again and see. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji, Prabhuji joined, but his video was not on. So he wants to go back and test it. So he went back, but he's not joining again. I think now he joined.
Hello, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So I have to just start without the video.
Okay,
Does
okay,
not go
Prabhu.
away.
No problem, Prabhu. We can start.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubheshya.
One second, Prabhu.
Is it okay to start, or you have still something, your introduction?
1 second, Prabhu. I will start. Hare Krishna,
Okay, you
welcome
take your time.
everybody to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji to enlighten us on topic Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 26th chapter, 11th verse onwards. His Grace Shamik Rishi Prabhuji is a disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and he is an initiating guru in ISKCON. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please take over the call, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam or read Srimad Bhagavatam. That we will be having 426, 11, 12 and 13 number verse. This is about Puranjan, Puranjanopakyan, talks about Puranjan. So, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya, Krapa Sindhu Evacha, Patitanam, Pavanebhyo, Vishnavebhyo, Namo Nama, Nama Om, Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Nityanamine, Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani, Pracharine, Nirvishesha, Shunyavadi, Pachyatya Distarine. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नमस्तप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। We'll be reading Srimad Bhagavatam 426, text number 11. ततः शूद्र परिश्रांतो निवृत्तो ग्रहमेयिवान् ततस्नानोचिताहारः संविवेश गतक्लमः। Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. After this, the king, very much fatigued, hungry, and thirsty, returned to his royal palace. After returning, he took a bath and had an appropriate dinner. Then he took rest and thus became free from all restlessness. Purport. So this is about King Puranjan. He went for hunting, and so when he went for hunting, naturally he was tired from all day hunting and following and running behind some predators. Like he is the predator, but behind so many animals, and so that way. So this is King Puranjan goes to the forest to hunt, and his queen becomes very angry. That is the name of the topic. And so we are reading text number 11 to 13. Puranjan gets refreshed. He takes rest, decorates himself, and searches out his wife. So that is his activity. So now he's at home and he's very hungry and thirsty. So we read the purport. A materialistic person works throughout the whole week, very hard. He's always asking, where is money? Where is money? Then at the end of the week, he wants to retire from these activities and go to some secluded place to rest. King Purjan returned his home because he was very much fatigued from hunting animals in the forest. In this way, his conscience came to stop him from committing further sinful activities and make him return home. So really return home, what this purport, that means that we should return after we should get tired from this materialistic activity, whatever it may be, and then we should try to go home, back to Godhead, where we could sleep in the lap of our Father and His loving devotional service, in the loving lap of our real Father. And just this materialistic sleeping is maybe at the night time, but then again it gets finished. Nidraya in Bhagavatam, there is a verse that says, Nidraya Hayate Naktam, that at night time we just sleep. Vyavayena cha, Vyavaya means that, so then there is sleep and then there is a sex life. Diva charte ham rajan kutumbu bhararena way. That in the daytime, that O king, that he works very hard to take care of the family. So that is what the materialistic person does, and he has no time for spiritual activity. So now he has returned home after hunting and he was tired. So in this way, the conscience came to stop him from committing further sinful activity because he is sleeping. He's tired. He cannot go further doing his this activity of killing animals, and make him return home. Materialistic persons are described in Duskritina. Duskritina, Namam Duskritino Moda Prapadyante Naradha. Maya Pratyajnana. So Asurim Bhavam Ashita. 4 kinds of Duskriti. Duskriti means whose activity are not kriti according to the scripture. He acts whimsically. Mudha, like the S kind of personality. Naradhama, lowest among the mankind, lowest among like the scientist, the philosopher, and then also Maya, the knowledge, whose knowledge is being stolen by by the Maya. Means he is being thrown into the material world, thinking that he is the body, he is the senses, he should enjoy to the fullest extent. There is no God. We have been created just by mixture of some chemicals have come together. So these are all, even their knowledge has been stolen. Although they are very, very learned, but there is no knowledge of the soul. There is no knowledge how there are all the species they came together. Who is God? Who are we? What is our relationship with it? Why we suffer? How we come to the spiritual world? How we end this suffering? So even the so much learned in all the scripture, even when Sanatana Goswami came and met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, keeping so much humble, putting a straw in between his feet, then he's asking, who are me? Who am I? Why these threefold material miseries are there? Although people respect me as a very scholar, but I have really no knowledge. Who am I? Why I'm suffering these threefold material miseries, and how I could get out of these threefold material. So those are the questions for a gentleman who understands the value of this human life. So Duskratina, they don't ask about those things. So Duskratina, which indicates those who are always engaged in sinful activity. When a person comes to his senses and understands how how he is engaging in sinful activities, he returns to his conscience. He returns to his conscience, uh, engaged in when it comes to his senses, understands how he is engaging. mm, in sinful. He returns to his conscience, which is hereby figuratively described as the palace. So, and so when he's at the palace, he took his bath, put tilak, clothing. So now he is coming into his normal senses, which is herein figuratively described as the palace. Generally, a materialistic person is infected by the material moods of passion and ignorance. Now, this passion and ignorance, material moods, there is three modes of material nature. Uh, this ignorance, passion, and mode of goodness, and they are awarded by the Supreme Lord according to our previous destiny. When we are originally born, like this Puranjan, he was with the super soul, Paramatma, unknown friend, and then he said that let me just enjoy. And so he always accompanies anyway the Paramatma, but he just without looking at the Paramatma, we were taking every direction, just whatever according to our moods of material nature, and he never got peace until he becomes a woman in the next life, and from the woman, then he's really Avigyat, his real friend. He comes and teaches him that we were together for so long, we were in the spiritual kingdom, you wanted to go away from me and enjoy separately from me, but better that you just come with me and we go to the spiritual kingdom. So that is the real destiny, that we should try to go back home, back to Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada so kindly just this phrase, back home, back to Godhead. So this happens only when we are in the spiritual consciousness, and that is, so generally materialistic person is infected by material moods of passion and ignorance. So originally, when we are in the Mahavishnu, then we come from Mahavishnu. He glances over the material nature, and also he puts the soul. He sows the seeds of the soul, all the jivas who are with the who are with along with them. There is intelligence like mind, intelligence, and false ego is still there. So they go all the way until we are free. We are completely Krishna conscious and go back home, back to God. Uh, the subtle body is all the time with us, even in the body of the Mahavishnu. So we have certain modes, certain desires, and according to that, we are given the body. The modes are activated again. Initially, they are in the equilibrium, but when the Lord sees, glances over the material nature, then all these moods they come and along with the soul and along with the body, which is a secondary creator Brahma makes. So, so whenever we wake up from our sleeping condition, then we know means in the material world also, because we are not in our original Krishna conscious condition. So we are that we are dreaming. In the dream, everything is false. In the river, when we see a pratibimba, it is a kind of like, yes, it is depends on the sun, on the sun of the sky. Then only we could see in so many sources of water, the sun. Although the sun is there, but sun depends on the spiritual and the real sun. On sun in the pond depends on the real sun. So we don't really give credit to the real sun. We think that that is the, and we want to enjoy that sun or fruits on the bank of a river. There is a tree and we want to enjoy the mangoes. It is not possible that they are all pratibimb. They are all uh, so same thing when we see some things in the dream, it is not the real thing. And whatever we are thinking according to the modes in this material world, although we may be enjoying, but unless it is fully Krishna conscious, that enjoyment would be in the material world. One may say very, very rich, very beautiful, everything position is there. But how long it will last? It will go away one day. So why to go for something which is of a temporary nature? Our soul is eternal and we should go back to our real nature, which is Krishna conscious. But uh, we are Krishna conscious, but it is we are covered when we think of to enjoy separately from Krishna, then we become covered by Maya. And then Maya puts us that yes, it is very nice. So Maya's role is there to make us sure that people with like not Krishna conscious nature, not fully thinking of Krishna and mood of service to him in devotional service, loving to please make Krishna please. He's awaiting for us all the time, and naturally we is awaiting. So if we walk some step towards him, because he has given us some little freedom, and because of the misuse of the freedom, we are hanging in the material world. So we should really use pure use. So this Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunai. That Krishna Prem is Nitya Siddha. It is eternally there, Krishna Prem. But Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte, but it is covered. So when the Chitta becomes like cleaned up, Cheto Darpana Marjana, uh, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kare Uday, then it comes at its original nature of Krishna consciousness. So everybody is a part and parcel of Krishna. Uh, and so Mame Vanshu Jiva Loki, we are his children, and Krishna is looking for us to come. So most of the time, materialistic person are in mode of passion and ignorance. The result of passion and ignorance are lust and greed. In the life of a materialist, activities means working in the lust and greed. However, when he comes to his senses, he wants to retire. According to the Vedic civilization, such retirement is positively recommended, and this portion of life is called 1%. So one has to take, like he may be earning up to age of 50 years, then he should take to this 1%. And then ultimately sannyas are detached completely from this material nature. And then we become eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. So those are the four stages, brahmacharya. So become a good grahastha. From that, you should retire from this. And all the things or activities that are given in the Srimad Bhagavatam is that they retire at a very, very young age. Whether it is Bharat Maharaj, then he left it when he was a young, he left his kingdom, his young wife and their son, Parikshit Maharaj's son was Janmejay. So they, and you see Yudhishthir Maharaj, they all did not rule, or whether it is Prahlad Maharaj or Guru Maharaj, they all left their kingdom, although they were uh, very, very young, they were all devotees, and they knew the reality of life that they should retire and they should go in all the Lord Ram's dynasty that we read so many kings. So they retire and take to 1% sannyas ultimately. Retirement is absolutely necessary for a materialist who wants to become free from the activities of his sinful life. King Purujan coming home, taking bath and having an appropriate dinner indicates that a materialistic person after the must retire from sinful activities and become purified by accepting a spiritual master and hearing from him. So this is how one can get purified. Not that by taking a bath and taking a dinner and dressing himself nicely, you don't get purified. But purification means that you accept a spiritual master and you hear from him about the values of this human life. If one would do this, he would feel completely refreshed just as one feels after taking a bath. After receiving initiation from a bona fide spiritual master, one must abandon all kinds of sinful activities. namely illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and meat eating. So these are the four main sinful activity for a asuri kind of person. It is not even a like a human being. Human being means they start on varnashram. Varnashram means there is some varna and ashram that one must follow this varnashram. That is the Vedic culture. If you are don't follow the Vedic culture, then you are in a sinful life, or you are not even human beings. Dvipada pashu, ahara nidra bhayametancha, samana etat pashu hi naranam, dharmo hi eko adhiko vishesho, dharmena hina pashu hi samana. That without dharma or religious activity, they are like animals. So there is a nice article that I would like to read. So Shastra that we have to Dharma means which is given propounded in the Shastra. So Shastra means the transcendental literature, not ordinary writing. That is Shastra. Just like Bhagavad Gita is Shastra, Veda is Shastra, or even Bible is Shastra. Any scripture means like the laws given by God or his authorized representative. So Narottam Das Thakur is saying Sadhu Shastra Guru Vakya, Chitte Koriya. One should accept a thing as genuine uh, by studying the words of saintly people, spiritual master, and Shastra. Actual center of all this, whether it is Sadhu, Shastra, Guru, it is the Shastra. If the Guru or Sadhu is not following the scripture, then he should not be accepted. He is not to be accepted. If a saintly person does not speak according to the Shastra, he is not a saintly person. Shastra is the center for all. Unfortunately, at the present moment, people do not refer to the Shastra. They don't have time to study the Shastra, read or understand them. Therefore, they accept a rascal as incarnation. And consequently, they have made incarnation into a very cheap thing. Intelligent people who follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions and the instruction of the Acharya, the bona fide spiritual master, will not accept a pretender as an incarnation of God. In Kali Yuga, the only incarnation in for Kali Yuga is only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even that incarnation that we say Kalki Avatar will come, he is not a Yuga Avatar. Yuga Avatar is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who brought this Sankirtan movement. And this Kalki Avatar is a Jiva soul. He has been especially empowered to kill all the demons, but he is not a incarnation of Godhead like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not really incarnation, but he's avatari. From him, all the avatars and incarnation comes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only incarnation in this uh, imitation incarnations take advantage of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord appeared within the past 500 years, played as the son of a Brahman from Nadia and introduced the Sankirtan movement. So that is the identification of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, if this confidential knowledge, one who preaches without any compromise, he is the confidential servant of Krishna. So, preaching is most important. Let me. Krishna says, so real religion, there is no compromise. Krishna says, Nacha tasmad manusheshu kashid me priya kratama. So this is the person who has received the authority to draw mercy water from the ocean of mercy of Krishna, Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastra. And that Krishna said 5,000 years ago, the same thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, same thing. There is no change, as there was no change between the statement of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Narottam Das Thakur. Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru. As Shastra, there is no change. Not that modernize. The Shastra should be changed. The modernization Shastra should be changed. No, that is nonsense. That is not Shastra. Shastra cannot be changed. Circumstantially, it will be changed. Seasonal changes. No, that is not Shastra. Shastra means it is perpetual. What Krishna said 5,000 years ago, or Krishna said some 40 millions of years ago to the sun god, Imam Vivashvate Yogam Proktaman Aham Avayam. He says, I am talking to you that Puratan Yogam, not that because he has passed millions of years and now it is different time. so I will have to change. He said, I am talking to you that very same old system. And the sadhu means who follows the shastra. He is sadhu. He also does not change. Sadhu, shastra, and guru means who follows the shastra, and sadhu. So there are three are the same. So everyone has to got some scripture. The Hindus, they have got Vedic scripture. The Muslims, they have got Quran. The Christians, they have got Bible, Old Testament and New Testament. Similarly, there are many other religious sects. They have got their own scripture. So Baldev Vidyabhushan says that Vedok Vedoktasya Dharmasya. Dharma means the rules and regulations is they are prescribed in the scripture. Just like, but the oldest scripture is our Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or Sanatan Dharma, and others are they follow certain extent, and according to the people who could take it, the Shastra is there, but people may not understand. Like many people, they don't understand our Vedic literatures or even Bhagavad Gita. They don't follow or they misinterpret it. Just like in Christianity, they say thou shall not kill, and they think that it is thou shall not murder. So they change. So the changes does not make the Shastra. You cannot change. It is eternally the same. So uh, state law, there are some rules and regulation in the law book, in this statutes book of the uh, particular state. Similarly, dharma means the dharma is the law of God. May be differently described in different countries according to the different climatic condition or situation. But in every religious scripture, the obedience to God is instructed. It is fact. No scripture says that there is no God and you are independent. So this was some discussion with Srila Prabhupada that was there. So we are reading about materialistic person on 6:26:11. So now he is in like one must abandon all kinds of sinful activities, illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and meat eating. The word uchita harah used in this verse is important. Uchit means appropriate. One must eat appropriately and not take after food as hogs take after stool. For a human being, there are eatables described in Bhagavad Gita 7:8 is sattvic ahar or food in the mode of goodness. So little bit about sattvic ahar and what is this sattvic ahar and what should one should eat in this verse uh, that has been written 17:8. Or patram pushpam phalam yome bhaktya prayachati, or one should eat in mode of goodness, not in mode of passion and ignorance. Uchit ahar, uh, food in the mode of goodness means how it should be. That is all described in the Shastra. So that is 17. So anyway, as sattvic ahar are food in mode of goodness, one should not indulge in eating food in the mode of passion and ignorance. This is called uchit ahar, or appropriate eating. One who is always eating meat or drinking liquor, which is eating and drinking in passion and ignorance, must give these things up so that his real consciousness may be awakened. In this way, one may become peaceful and refreshed. If one is restless or fatigued, one cannot understand the signs of God, as is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Evam prasanna manaso Bhagavad Bhakti Yogatah Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate 1:12, 1:2:20. Unless one can become free from the influence of passion and ignorance, he cannot be pacified. And without being pacified, uh, one cannot understand the signs of God. King Puranjan's returning home is indicative of man's returning to his original consciousness. His returning home means a real home, means he's returning to his original Krishna consciousness, that is real home, known as Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is absolutely necessary for one who has committed a lot of sinful activities, especially killing animals or hunting in the forest. So everybody is sinful if one is not taking to Krishna consciousness. And the only way of getting out of this material world and freeing ourselves is to become Krishna Khan. So we will little bit talk later on about this evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogata bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. 1 to 20. So next verse, Atmanam arhayam chakre dhupale pasra gadibhihi sadhvalang krata sarvango mahisha madadhe manaha. So translation, after this King Puranjan decorated his body with suitable ornaments. He also smeared scented sandalwood pulp over his body. Oh, Hare Krishna. I hope you can hear. Central sandalwood pulp over his body. Okay. And put on flower garlands. In this, way, he became completely refreshed. After this, he began to search out his queen. So purport. When a man comes into good consciousness and accepts a saintly person as a spiritual master, he hears many Vedic instructions in the form of philosophy, stories, narrations about great devotees, and transactions between God and his devotees. That is what is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is a transaction between God and how and what his devotees they do. So in this way, a man becomes refreshed in mind, exactly like a person who smears scented sandalwood pulp all over his body and decorates himself with ornaments. So these decorations may be compared to knowledge of religion and the self. That is the decoration. Through such knowledge, one becomes detached from a materialistic way of life and engages himself in always hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and other Vedic literatures. The word sadhva alankrata used in these words indicates that one must be absorbed in knowledge gathered from the instructions of saintly persons. Sadhva alankrata. So that is not just the decoration of the body, but decoration of our mind and intelligence, or the soul should be decorated with this. So we should gather knowledge gathered from the instruction of saintly persons, just as King Puranjan began to search out his better half, the queen. One who is decorated with knowledge and instructions from saintly persons should try to search out his original consciousness, Krishna consciousness. One cannot return to Krishna consciousness unless he is favored by the instructions of a saintly person. Therefore, Srila Narottam Das Thakur sings Sadhu Shastra Guru Vakya Chityate Kariya Ekya. If we want to become saintly persons, or if we want to return to our original Krishna consciousness, we must associate with Sadhu, a saintly person, Shastra, authoritative Vedic literature, and a Guru, a bona fide spiritual master. This is the process. So there is many allegories are there. Like in the verse number 11, being hungry and thirsty, he was troubled on remembering his sinful acts. So when he was hungry, but also he was thinking of that I have done so much sinful activity. So he was remembering his killing so many animals in the forest. Then he returned home. He gave up his sinful acts and established himself in the dharma. That is really dharma. Means he is returning home, and he took bath. He called Brahmanas and had them perform atonements. And he ate suitable food. He gave up taking meat and liquor. That is, he ate suitable food. And being refreshed, took rest. So that allegories, he was somewhat steady, refreshed and took rest. Then number 12 verse is talking about he decorated himself with ornaments, sandalwood pulp, and garlands. This means that this decoration is compared to knowledge of religion and the self. That is the he decorated. And he remembered his queen now. So he's remembered means returning to his previous condition. He remembered his intelligence fixed in dharma, because he was with his friend Agyat. So when that was the super soul. So now he is remembering, like that is his remembering in his intelligence fixed in dharma. So what is the dharma he? So that is, and then the verse number 13 that we will be reading. Trapto hrastah sudraptasya kandarpa krasta manasah na vyachastavara aroham grahining grah medinim. So after taking, so Grahini, that like Grahastha and Grah Medhi, that many times these are there in the scriptures, and Prabhupada also talked elaborately. He wanted to establish this Varnashram Dharma, particularly how the Grahastha life should be. So both together, wife and husband, both together uh, takes the activity of Krishna consciousness and every activity and purify their life, following all the rules and regulations of the scriptures. And maybe they just want to enjoy the senses. Uh, so that is the activity of a Gramedi, that he thinks that now I'm married and it is my free license, and and then I should engage in sinful activity, in too much sex life and too much like earning money. So all the time they think of money and enjoyment of the senses, bringing the sense objects in contact with the senses. So so translation of this verse number 13. After taking his dinner and having his thirst and hunger satisfied, King Puranjan felt some joy within his heart, and instead of being elevated to a higher consciousness, he became captivated by Cupid and was moved by a desire to find his wife, who kept him satisfied in his household life. So this verse is very significant for those desiring to elevate themselves to a higher level of Krishna consciousness. That is Grahastha life. When a person is initiated by a spiritual master, he changes his habits and does not eat undesirable eatables or engage in the eating of meat, the drinking of liquor, illicit sex, or gambling. Sattvic ahar, foodstuffs in the mode of goodness, are described in the Shastra as wheat, rice, vegetables, fruits, milk, sugar, and milk products. Simple food like rice, dal, chapatis, vegetables, milk, and sugar constitute a balanced diet. But sometimes it is found that an initiated person, in the name of prasad, eats very luxurious food stuff. Due to his past sinful life, he becomes attracted by Cupid and eats good food voraciously. It is clearly visible that when a neophyte in Krishna consciousness eats too much, he falls down. And instead of being elevated to a pure Krishna consciousness, he becomes attracted by Cupid. So so this is like the tongue. He's too much he cannot control his tongue to eat only simple food stuff in mode of goodness, but he eats so much foods in mode of passion and ignorance, which is all described in Bhagavad Gita. What kind of food should be eaten, what kind of food should not be eaten. So we have to follow genuinely or perfectly those conditions. Then he is not agitated, because the tongue means the tongue and belly and genitals, they are all in the one and the same life. So if we control our tongue, then naturally we would be able to control our belly and genitals also. That is the sex life. So brahmachari becomes agitated by a woman, and the vanprastha may again become captivated into having sex with his wife, and she is gone, but now he has given up this grastha life. So he should be perfectly vanprasthi. Uh, so with his own wife, Vanprastha may again become captivated into having sex with his wife, or he may begin to search out another wife due to some sentiment. He may give Lord Krishna, he falls down, being attracted by Cupid and takes to another wife for sex enjoyment. The fall of the neophyte devotee from the path of Krishna consciousness down to the material life is described in Srimad Bhagavatham by Narad Muni 1.5.17. Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan apakko othapate tato yadi yatra kva va bhadram abhutam amushyakim Kovarth Hapto Bhajatamso Dharmatah. This indicates that although a neophyte devotee may fall down from the path of Krishna consciousness due to his immaturity, his service to Krishna never goes. That is the difference. That if one falls down, but whatever he has done, his service to Krishna, that will always remain there, and he will start in the next line from where he left. But a person who remains steadfast in family duty, or so-called social or family obligation, but does not take to Krishna consciousness, received no profit, because everything is gone to zero. But Krishna consciousness, a neophyte devotee, if he falls down, he's a devotee, he's following some Krishna consciousness, then he will complete in the next life, or maybe he will come to his senses and perform in the same life, maybe later on. Just like life of Ajamil. Ajamil was a devotee up to the age of 25 years. He was married to a beautiful woman, very Brahmani, very nice, and he's serving his parents, and he just went to get samadhi, but due to bad association, seeing something bad. Then naturally he fall down, and then he started eating all meat, and any gambling and stealing and murdering and every kind of sinful activity will come. So that is the result of not really following our Vedic culture, our Grahastha life. He became a Grahamedi, and he was just trying to enjoy his senses. So devotees, so that is very nice verse, that a person who remains steadfast in family duty or so-called social or family obligation, but does not take to Krishna consciousness, receives no profit. One who comes to Krishna consciousness must be very cautious and refrain from prohibited activity, as defined by Rupa Goswami in Upadeshamrit. अत्याहार प्रयासस्य प्रजल्पो नियमाग्रह जनसंगस्य लौल्यं च षड्भिर भक्तिर्विनश्यति. A neophyte devotee should neither eat too much nor collect more money than necessary. So eating too much, that is also atyahar, or collecting too eating and also to collecting more money than necessary. So if you have, one may say that just by destiny I got so much money, then you use it for Krishna consciousness. You remain the same simple person eating properly, that has been described in these verses, in these 3 verses, that you should eat rice, dal, chapati, sabji, milk product, sugar. So that things are eatable. So simple food in a simple life, and whatever needs to be keep body and soul together, yes, you can enjoy. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, and maithun, they are necessary. You could enjoy, but according to the rules and regulation of the scripture. So nothing is prohibited. You could eat nicely, that is fine. You could make some sweets nicely with the milk, sugar, that is means you could, but not to indulge so much and giving up only those things, and then indulging in these 4 sinful activities: meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit relation. So atyahar, prayasya means, so that is atyahar. One must endeavor very much. This is called, to get atyahar, that is you have to work very hard. Prayasa such. So prayas means, one may be faithful to the rules and regulation, but so prayas means that you are working so hard that there is a froth in the mouth. Means your simple life could be really, you don't need that much, neither that much money nor that much endeavor. So one should use that prayas for becoming Krishna conscious. So that is prayasascha. Prajalpo. Prajalpa means one should not talk unnecessarily. Prajalpa, or engage in so Prajalpa, when talking too much, it's not that. You should only talk about Krishna consciousness, not Gramya Charcha. And Niyamagraha, that Niyam, the rule should be the first, but not, our rule should be just to follow the rules and regulation. So there are two things. Niyam Agraha means you put the rules first, just like a person who is serving his spiritual master, and he said that okay, that is his duty, that is his. But then he may not like to have massage someday, but he says, oh, that is my duty, I will massage, even if it is painful. He will do it. Or he is asking for some water, and he will say, no, you have to take milk. You are weak. But you have to follow the instruction of the spiritual master in so many things. That so that is niyam. You cannot put the niyam ahead of you. So rules and regulation, yes, but should be followed, but should not be fixed in. At the same time, not be fixed in the regulative principle. This is called niyamagraha. By mixing with undesirable person, or janasanga. Janasangasya laulyamche. Janasanga, one becomes tainted with lust and greed, with bad association, and he falls down from the path of devotional service. And laulyam, that you should have like lolupta. Lolupta means not for Krishna, for material things. Shadvir. So these 6 things, they one like becomes like he fall down into the material world. Jana sangasya laulyam cha shadvir bhaktir vinashyati. So it damages our bhakti. If we are on the some path, then you fall down back again to the material whirlpool. So one should be very, very careful. So I will those verses that came in between, like in 259, Vishaya Vinivartante Niraharasya Dehina Rasam Varjam Rasopyasa Param Drastva Nivardate. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment. Through that, though the test of our sense objects they remain, but seizing such engagement by experiencing a higher test is fixed in in consciousness. One cannot be attached to the sense objects unless he finds some better engagement. So that should be given in devotional service. Param drasva nivartate. One can cease from material activity only when one actually engages in devotional service. So, as soon as irrevocable loving service is established to Krishna in the heart, the effects of nature's modes of passion, how to control modes of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, and hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness and becomes completely happy. Tada rajastamas bhava, kam lobha dayasyaye, chet ete rana viddam, sthitam satve prasidati. A devotee is neither foolish nor passionate. The harmful, foolish, and passionate cannot be devotee of the Lord. However, they may advertise themselves as devotees by outward dress. A devotee is always qualified with all the good qualities of God. So there is a quotation of this Evam Prasanna Manaso. Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavad Bhakti Yogatah Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Thus established in the mode of unallied goodness. Unallied goodness means not mixture of any another goodness, means any another passion or ignorance. It's completely pure, unallied goodness. The man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of God and in the stage of liberation from all material association. So what happens when you are performing devotional service and then you are in unallied goodness, then from within, the Dami Buddhi Yogantam Yenamam Upayantite. That Krishna gives you the intelligence from which you can come to him. Means he will show you your bona fide spiritual master, another saintly person, and then gradually you will be able to go back home, back to Godhead, and then you will be liberated from all this material association. So there are many ordinary people, and they may, but only one who is attached to Krishna, and only one can know him by devotional service. The very same thing is confirmed here in the above words. No ordinary man or even one who has attained success in human life can know scientifically or perfectly the personality of Godhead. Perfection of human life is attained when one can understand that he is not the product of matter, but is in the fact a spirit. We are part, Mame Vanso Jivaloke, we are part of Krishna, and we are Satchidan Ananda. So if we understand this properly, that he has nothing to do with the matter. This matter is just we came into the matter to enjoy. Just like a mother can give you a toys, if you want, if a little child or little baby wants to cook like the mother or act like the mother, then you are giving imitation. So this material world is like an imitation of the real spiritual world. It is not real, but we just enjoy in that. So we have to give up that tendency. We have nothing to do with the matter. Then the person at once seizes his material hankerings and becomes enlivened as a spiritual being. This attainment of success is possible when one is above the modes of passion and ignorance, or in other words, when one is actually a Brahman by qualification. Brahma Bhuta, Brahman means Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. The Brahma Bhuta stage is one is Prasannatma, he becomes happy. Na sochati na kankshati. He does not na sochati, he does not lament, and then he does not desire anything. So Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Lavate Param. He is equal to everybody. Then he becomes a pure devotee after that. So he has to situate in the Brahma Bhuta stage. A devotee is already a Brahman by action, but that is not the end of it. As referred to above, he has to become a Vaishnava actually in the transcendental stage. Pure Vaishnava is liberated soul and is transcendental even to the position of a Brahman. So anyway, one has to start this. So then his all the knot in the heart is pierced and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of protection is terminated when one sees the self as the master. So these are various instructions that has been given. So this 13th verse, he felt satisfied, joyful and proud. That means the impressions of sinful life has left him and his mind was enamored by Cupid. He became eager to find his previous intelligence fixed in Dharma. But he did not see the beautiful wife Though one desires one's previous intelligence to act according to dharma, it does not appear immediately. It takes time. So the same thing, the devotional life takes time. He was looking for his wife, but then really that he's looking for real intelligence because he was with Krishna, the soul was with Krishna. So when we start looking that why I'm here, why I'm rotting, why I'm in this material world. So when all these things come to the mind, then one will search for the real intelligence. Real intelligence means Krishna consciousness. Our intelligence has been polluted, and because of that polluted intelligence, we think that material world is all in all. I must enjoy. Otherwise, what is there? Why I'm here? After death, everything is finished. So many people are atheistic. They don't know. They don't read Shastra. They concoct whatever they hear. They think that is right, and actually, right thing is completely different. That is the Shastra. Shastra is like a Paurushe. It is coming from Krishna, and we should take to that part into the Krishna consciousness. And that is the perfection of human life. We have been in the material world for so many millions and billions of lifetimes, and now this is a chance. Because of mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have a chance to get out of this. He gave us simple formula. He followed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed, and we can also follow in their footsteps and get out of this Ganchakkar. This Ganchakkar means repeating sansar, repeating birth and death. That is Ganchakkar. Again going into the womb of the mother, again being born, again suffering, again studying, again just doing, and again marrying, byproducts, dwindle, finish, again the same thing cycle, chewing the tube. So we should get out of this chewing the tube business, Vantasi. We vomit, or we are trying to, like in Bhagavatham, that we are trying to say the husk, which has no grain at all. And what will be like even beating that husk, we cannot get any grains. So we cannot get the same thing what we have done, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. In any life, it's all over the same thing. So they should be regulated. I'm not saying that it should not be, yes, it should not. Yes, you have a body and you need these things, but they should be regulated according to the Shastra, not whimsically, and then aiding up Krishna consciousness, and then our life will be perfect. Thank you so much. If there is any comments, questions, or anything we can discuss, you can please unmute. And I will repeat the question because there are people on the Facebook also. So they could also hear the question. So I will repeat those.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhuji, you said that for this yoga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the person, is Supreme Personality of Godhead and not Kalki, and Kalki is a Jiva avatar, and he has been empowered. So would you talk a little bit more on that? And also, is there any other personality like Kalki whom we can, relate to?
Okay, good question. See, Kalki avatar, Parshuram avatar, they are not like Yoga avatar. Yoga avatar is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who brought this Sankarshan. And he is not an avatar, he is avatari. Particularly this age, in one day of Brahma, only one time Krishna comes, and only one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in 1000 Chaturyugi. 1000 Chaturyugi means Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. They come, that together is one, and then that is one, you may say Kalpa, but 1000 times like this. That is Mahakalpa, that is a day, one day of Brahma, and same is his night. So there is Shirodakshai Vishnu, he takes incarnation, his name in every yuga, every say Dwapar Yuga. He comes as Krishna, same kind of color, but name is Krishna. But sometime the original Krishna, he comes like in this 5000 years ago, he came. Then this Shirodakshai Vishnu, or by name Krishna, or Vasudev, he enters into the body of Krishna. And then he kills. The Krishna enjoys it with his friends. And this Vasudeva, he's the one who is doing killing and everything else that is being done in Dwarka, or done in Mathura, or done in Vrindavan even. Krishna remains in Vrindavan. That Vrindavana Parityajya Padam Ekam na Gacchati. That I do not move out of Vrindavan, because Vrindavan is place for his enjoyment, for his childhood pastime, his different relationship. So he just enjoys it. His whole material world, he created us for his enjoyment. But rather than giving Krishna pleasure, we want to become like Krishna or want to enjoy ourselves. And that's what is the problem for us. And we are in the material world unless we are corrected our mentality to give pleasure to Krishna. Just like the food should go to the stomach through the mouth, not through any hole in the body. So that is one thing. And then this, so real yoga, not yoga avatari is only this time, 500 years ago. But there is another yoga avatar or avatar in other Kali Yuga, and that is in other Kali Yuga, not this Kali Yuga. So that is also not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but some other incarnation comes. Or that's why sometime uh, when some avatar would come for that particular age. But this Kalki avatar at the end of the Kali Yuga, he is an empowered living being. He's empowered to be a king and have so much power to kill. Like Parshuram was also empowered uh, to kill so many Kshatriyas who were putting the burden on the earth with his sword. So he was killing so many 22 times. They will again gather together and hide. He will go again and kill them. So, but he is not the personality of Godhead or in Yuga avatar for that particular Yuga. Parshuram, that he was in the time of Lord Ramchandra, Treta Yuga. Same thing in this age. This is Kalki avatar. His name is Kalki, and he will be born in South India, and there is name of parents who will be mother, father, what village, what town will be born. So it is all predicted before in Srimad Bhagavatam. But his only aim or duty not to really establish principles of religion, but just to kill those Atathai. And then the devotees who are hiding here and there in the jungles from the government, from other people, or from so much oppression, means they were oppressed. So they will come and then perform their. So then the Satyug would come after he kills everybody. People who are still devotees of the Lord, they will continue their devotional in a much more better way because all the Hatatai are people who are heinous or who are demons, they will be all killed by Kalki. So Kalki avatar is a Saktavashesh avatar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a you for this age. He's not a, but he is a avatari in this at this time. He's not a you cannot say that he is incarnation. Means he is not taking avatar, means his place is there, but his place is with Krishna in the Krishna lok and the lok of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they both are practically the same. One, although he comes as a Channa avatar devotee, but he is a avatari. He's combination of Krishna and Srimati Radharani.
So Prabhu, so on that I have a follow-up question. Is so not every time Krishna appears, so that merging of Vasudev Krishna and Yashoda Krishna does not happen in all the yugas? I mean all the...
No, because no, right, you are correct. Because Krishna doesn't, the real original Krishna, the other Krishna is also real, but the original Krishna does not come in every Dwapar Yuga. Only he comes one day in day of Brahma in 20 means 8. There are 14 Manvantaras. So in 8th Manvantar, 28th Chaturyugi, 28th Chaturyug, then only original Krishna comes. And then that happens that Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they also don't come. That Yashoda and Nanda, they are there. They are the parents in the spiritual kingdom also. So they come, and then the Yashoda might give birth to a daughter and a son. That is original Krishna. And the Vasudev and Devaki, they produce Vasudev. Vasudev's son is Vasudev. And Vasudev is taken by Nanda Maharaj to the house of Vasudev takes Vasudev to the home of Nanda Maharaj, and there he puts the child in the lap, and then takes the Yogamaya, the daughter, and the child merges into Krishna's body, and then he acts through Vasudev. Krishna kills all the demons and others, all the fighting that happens through Vasudev. You may say we don't see it is Krishna is fighting, but these are all inconceivable, achintya. Means we cannot concoct our way. We have to just follow the scripture.
So Prabhu, like creating more question in the mind. So every yuga, the entire pastime that you mentioned does not take place. So which Krishna, like Yashoda Krishna, is original? That means when you said original Krishna.
Yeah, Yashoda Krishna comes in one day of Brahma.
Okay.
And
But Basudev Krishna comes the other time,
Vasudeva Krishna, yeah, all the time.
and he still kills the demon and all that thing happen. So going to
Yes,
Vrindavan and all the Leela, Yashoda Mai, that all this thing does not happen.
right. Those Vrindavan Leela do not happen.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Dandavad
Yeah,
Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Krishna's Leela is going on eternally. But it is Aprakat and Prakat Leela. Prakat Leela, when Nanda Maharaj was Yashoda and they give birth to Krishna, and he likes this because there are some special fun being born, like motherly love, his young age, and Golok Vrindavan, he's always eternally youthful. He has some plays and ras dance and everything in Golok Vrindavan, but one that is happening from his childhood pastime and playing with his friends is not there in Golok Vrindavan. So sometimes this Vrindavan Krishna likes, and that's why he does eternally here, Prakat. He goes from here and the Leelas continue in another universes. So there is no stoppage of his Leelas because he is very playful. He's only, although he's Apta Kam, but he wants to play with his own parts. Just like a child who is fed very nicely, he's taken a bath, is full, then he starts sucking his own parts, like thumb, fingers, toe, his big toe. Why does he suck it? So same thing, we are his parts and parcel, and he likes to play with us.
Wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful class. Thank you so much. Very nice question and very nice answer, Prabhuji.
No, it's all Srila Prabhupada's mercy, and it is all written, and we don't see it. This is purport that explains everything. Otherwise, we are all ignorant. So we have to take a sadhu, guru, shastra, and follow in the footsteps of the predecessors.
Thank you, Prabhu. Is there anybody having any more questions for Prabhuji? Please go ahead and ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Koti Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhuji, as usual, very nectar class after a long time. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we should end now.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji, once again for such a beautiful class. Let's all offer obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Shami Krishi Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, just can you confirm until which verse you have covered, Prabhu?